I understand that women will look at this video and you will reflect on a time where you gave more into a relationship than the man did, and that you were so caught up in him and you begin to see things that weren't there. And women do this a lot. Also, though, I want to say that if somebody is a very bad person, and this is something I want women to think to themselves, you're in love. And love is a bad drug. It's a hard drug. But you're in love and you found out that the person you're in love with was convicted of several heinous crimes that involved women and children. He was found guilty. The evidence were overwhelming. But you love him. What do? Do you leave him or do you give him a second chance? Now, what you will do tells a lot about what you will tolerate, what you will put up with. And this is why I'm telling you, when you love yourself more than any human being, okay, then you would see that you made a mistake and you would get out of it. And this is what I always think about when I see situations like this. You know what I'm saying? I can look at this situation and be a little harsh because I'm like, couldn't have been me, because as soon as I see somebody is not what I thought they would be, pew, I'm out. And I never had that mentality of, he could be going through a phase, or, let me make sure that, I'm here to stand by him because nobody else is giving him a chance. That's not your job. So we are going to watch this video, and this is where I'm going to break it. I already seen the video all the way through. So we're going to break this down. The video is probably 2 minutes long? Oh, it's 4 minutes. Yes, it's not a quick video, but it's pretty good. So let's go ahead and get into it. Should I enlarge this just a little bit more? Let's do that a little bit more. Okay, so here we go.
So my boyfriend turned red pill, and at this point we haven't spoke for about a month, and I can't cope with the fact that someone who I saw is so compassionate and thoughtful and intelligent, so caring and open-minded.
Lies. A man that's thoughtful, compassionate, caring, and open-minded would never embrace the red pill. That's like saying, my boyfriend is now a pimp. And I'm so shocked that he would do the things he's doing to women. When I was with him, he was so caring and open-minded and passionate and very intelligent. Like, what? Girl, no. And that's what I'm saying. Women, I don't even see men do this. This is a woman's problem. You all imprint things that you think you see, but that was never, ever there. And also the fact that she has here's another thing too, because I want you to know the signs of someone who has low self-esteem. She referred to someone she hasn't talked to in a month as her boyfriend. Really, girl? Your boyfriend? You haven't talked to a man that you considered to be your partner in a month, and you still refer to him as your boyfriend? That's low self-esteem. That's low self-esteem. There's no way I'm going to sit up here and refer to someone as my boyfriend, and I haven't talked to him in a month. That's called an ex. But What did I tell you, ladies? When you lack self-esteem and you don't know your self-worth, but most of all, you don't love yourself, to a high degree, you start looking for other people to provide that void inside yourself that you should have filled in the first place. So here we have this woman already talking about my boyfriend, not her ex, and I would say ex, but I haven't talked to my boyfriend in a month, and she's crushed. Now, she's also a coward, because I'm sitting here saying, hey, if he has not reached out to you, then you should go ahead and cut your losses and say, hey, just for closure, we're over. But we understand that the red pill community is teaching men how to handle dumb women like this. Do you understand? When I know that a lot of the women that follow me would never fall for a red pillar. But if you want to know the type of women that will, here she is in front of you. Here she is, live in the flesh. She's the type. She's the prime example of the type of girlfriend that a red pillar will go for. She doesn't have any self-esteem whatsoever. She doesn't know her self-worth, has no self-respect. There's no way a woman who has self-respect will refer to a man she hasn't talked to in a month as her boyfriend. He would be an ex, because after several, I would say 3 days past that, 3 days, and you haven't talked to the man, I would be on that phone like, hey, yo, what's up? Hey, what's going on? Why haven't you called me? Because I'm just waiting for you to wake up. Oh, you wait for me to wake up? Oh, okay. Well, guess what? I'm woke. We're over. Bye. Boom. That would have been the end of that conversation. But because she's holding on and hoping that he will wake up and save her and say, I'm so sorry, I went through a phase and this, that, and the other. And this is just want to say she is not cutting the losses at all. Nobody of intelligence, nobody with compassion, that's laughable, would embrace the red pill ideology. She just basically just lying to herself at this moment.
And thoughtful and intelligent, so caring and open-minded. Just completely did a 180. They were just so supportive and caring, and even when I would have my self-sabotaging episodes, they still loved me.
See, here we go. So here we have a drama woman. We have an emotional, unstable woman. So here she says, she's telling herself, you gotta listen. Men, here's look, guys, I do a lot of shows for women, but men, here's when I know you don't have the intuition that we have, but this is when you need to open your ears. I would create a lot of self-sabotage, but they still love. And why she keep referring to this man? She does this a lot. She refers to this guy as they. So, how do you know he loved you? And that's another thing too. Like, a lot of times when women don't love themselves, they are easily misled about another man so-called loving him. A man that basically opens the door for you loves you. A man that lays you down loves you. A man who just basically listens to you great loves you. That I don't think these women know what love is, because they don't have it for themselves. And men, you should listen to someone who says, like, if you were to talk to a woman and she says, well, I used to self-sabotage, the relationship, automatically that should have been a red flag on the play. You should go ahead and take that mental note and realize, oh my God, I'm dealing with a Looney Tune here. I'm dealing with a drama queen. But you guys don't do that, do you? All you look is the T and the A, and you're thinking about the bedroom. That's how you get caught up every time.
They really felt like a blessing. And being with them made me realize, like,
She keeps saying they and them instead of him. So that's a disconnect right there. And it makes me go like, is he a biological male? Never have I referred to my husband as they or them. Okay? He's a he and a him. All right. So I don't know. Right now, we already know we're dealing with a woman who's, to me, in my opinion, is not mentally well. So that could be another form of cope that she's dealing with by multiplying the dude. But okay.
all the things that I needed to work on. But it came to
Now, why was that jump cut? Here we go. Let's see. Let's listen to that again. And being with them made me realize.
being with them made me realize, like, all the things that I needed to work on.
Ladies, now I'm not going to say this to the men. I'm going to say this only to the women. You should never be in a relationship to fix yourself. Do you understand me? You should never get in a relationship when you have things to work on and then rely on that other person to work on those things for you. You're coming to the relationship with baggage. And don't get me wrong, men like that. Some men, well, a lot of men like to be the savior. They like to, save you. Saying, I can save her. I can save her. They're going to sit up here and try to get you to do the right thing. If you talk negative, they'll build you up, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, it gets old after a while. When they realize that you are beyond repairs, they're going to move on. But you should never, ever go into a relationship to supplement what you're missing here, okay? You should have someone compliment you, not supplement you. Supplement means you are deficient, all right? I am deficient in iron, and therefore I have a supplement that's going to build up my iron. That's because I'm low in it. So when you are low in self-esteem, the worst thing you can do is supplement your self-esteem with a boyfriend. Okay? It's going to make it go the opposite way. And this whole thing is the jump cut when she says, I need to work on. He made me realize there's a lot of stuff I need to work on myself. Well, then you don't even be in a relationship. If you got a lot of stuff to work on, ladies, don't get into the relationship. Go get some therapy. Go get some alone time. Start self-analyzing. Start dealing with what's going on with your own self. There's no need for you to start getting into a relationship and add more layers onto your baggage onion. Okay. All the things I needed to work on. So here we go.
But it came to a point where I started noticing differences in them. Like, I started noticing that they would talk to me like I was like their child.
Actually, I'm going to defend him. When you are broken, you're the ones who's like, he made me realize I had a lot of stuff to work on. You can't even use the man's pronouns correctly. And so you are a child because you're acting like one when you sit up here and you refer to somebody who who hasn't called you in a month as your boyfriend. You're a coward. You're a chicken. And I bet you are like a child. By the way, not giving the guy who went to the red pill community a pass. What I'm saying is that, ladies, when do you leave? When do you go, oh, I'm not signing up for this. I'm out of here. Bye. I'm out of here. That's my thing. So now she's all heartbroken, this, that, and the other, haven't talked to the boy in a month, and she's still like, well, you're making a video about it. So yeah, you're a little immature.
Like something that they had to have control over. And then it evolved into hypothetical arguments all the time. Like, just about the stupidest stuff about like child support and what makes a woman valuable.
So that's what I'm saying. As soon, like, that's why I asked that question earlier, ladies. That's why I asked the question earlier. When you find out that a man has served time in federal prison for committing the most heinous crimes ever that involves women and children, the evidence were overwhelming. He did it. You find out that that's what he did. Do you stick around because you're now in love, or do you go bye? Me, pune, I'm out. Now, why did I use that scenario? Because as soon as I find out that my man is embracing the red pill community, okay, I'm like, I'm out. That's zero tolerance for me. But you should know, if you are dating a man that will embrace such a mentality. Here is the cheat code to know if you will date a man that will embrace the red pill community. Every last one of these men did not have good fathers to help them, teach them how to be a man. Not one of them. Sneeko, Myron, Walter, Rolo, all these men did not have good fathers, and we see how the Tates turn out. They did not have fathers, good fathers. It's not saying, and everybody has a father for the most part, biological father, but you did not have a good father that was there to guide you, that was there to teach you what you should be as a man, how you should conduct yourself, how you should be. Now, are there exceptions to the rule? Absolutely. But that's what I'm saying. Like, a lot of people were saying on Twitter, wow, how can somebody like Andrew Tate have such a huge following of men? I said, because there's a huge following of fatherless or not up-to-date fathers. You can have a father in the home and he doesn't engage with his children at all. He can be mentally checked out and he doesn't teach his sons and loves his daughters and teach them how to be better people. Okay? So that happens a lot. So as soon as she saw, I wouldn't be having this conversation. Nobody's going to sit up here and say, oh, what is your value as a woman? I'm not even having that debate with somebody, you know what I'm saying, who I'm sharing my body with, somebody I'm supposed to share my heart with, somebody I am in a relationship with. We're not having those low tier conversations. And if she was having low tier conversations with this man, which I'm sure she was, this should not surprise her. Because a man that's on another mental level, a man that has a high vibrational level, a man of a higher intelligence, and there's no such thing as a man with high intelligence that's part of the red pill community. Not one. You can't name me one. Not one man with high intelligence that is bracing the red pill ideology. That's part of the red pill ideology. There's not one. Not one. So that in itself should let you know that if you are dating a mentally, emotionally, and intellectually inferior man, that he will end up in the hands of red pill content creators.
And like what women want in a man, all that. I'm like, I don't know why you're talking to me about this. And it would get so bad because it really just pried at my insecurities, especially when talking about.
That is impossible if you are secure. That is impossible. Could you imagine? Could you imagine? Hold on.
I don't know why you're talking. Like, what women want in a man, all that. I'm like, I don't know why you're talking to me about this. And it would get so bad because it really just pride at my insecurity.
Just pride at my insecurities. Baby, again, if you're insecure, stay out of relationships. Stay out of relationships. I don't know why, and I get some stupid questions from insecure women, and because I see your insecurities, automatically from the jump, I say things that will make it obvious that I know that you're insecure. You know what I'm saying? I let you know, oh yeah, I see your insecurities. I'm the wrong person because I'll put a mirror in your face quick. And they don't like it. They never like it. Like, how do you let some red pillar, you know what I'm saying, pull at your insecurities? Girl. I'm saying to myself, like, girl, he picked the right one. That red pill boyfriend of hers, you know what I'm saying? He picked the right one. He picked the sucker and he's licking it every daggone time she opened her mouth.
Especially when talking about like women whose
dads left. So here we got somebody. Now let me just say this too. Hold on. Let's talk about this. I know that everybody don't have the blessings, or they don't have, they didn't have the gift of having a father. Now don't get me wrong. My father was a terrible man to women, okay? But he was a decent father. He was strict. He taught me, a lot of stuff about the streets, this and the other, blah, blah, blah. But a lot is how I learned how to deal with men is by watching how he dealt with women. He was an awful husband, awful man in general when it comes to being in relationships. Now, if you did not have such a father in your life as a woman, that does not mean you are hopeless. The same thing with men. I don't believe that men are hopeless. What you have to do is acknowledge that part, that missing piece in your past. And guess what? It's never too late to have a male mentor to guide you now. A lot of people don't realize that. A lot of people think that, oh, I didn't have a father growing up, it's too late for me. No, it's not. You can have big brothers if you're a guy. You can have an elder to be that father figure, to give you some guidance, to give you that wisdom from experience, that life experience, to lead you in the right direction. But don't go no stupid elders, because stupid people that are young grow up to be stupid elders. But you should mirror a man who has achieved what you want to achieve. The same thing with women. You should be able to look up to a male figure, or understand that since that male figure was not in your life when you were growing up, that you have someone that gives you that male guidance, that gives you that parental type of advice. It could be a bigger brother, or it could be an elder too. So it's never too late. But when you realize that you missed out on that growing up, and you don't deal with the abandonment issues, because let's talk about that too. When you don't have a father for whatever reason, I don't even need to know your reason, but there's an abandonment issues there as well. Okay. So you're going to have some insecurities. You're going to have some self-esteem issues. That's also going to come with some low self-worth and respect. And all of this can be rectified. All of this can be dealt with forgiveness, with also forgiving yourself, telling your little child back in that day when when your father left, if he was around at all, that you're there to protect her, you're there to help guide her, and that you will attract, if it's not your husband, if it's not a father figure, a church member, you will attract a male into your life that will give you guidance, that will basically teach you, that will be the father figure that you never had in a biological father. It's never too late. It's only too late when you realize, when you grow up in that victim mentality of, I didn't have a father, so woe is me. Don't play that victim route at all.
Left, and I would always just end up crying and asking why. Like, why are you doing this? And as someone who has...
That's another thing too, is the whole thing of, I can't, this is something I can't relate to, ladies. Okay. If you can, then I'm glad that you're not allowing someone to treat you, but I can't relate to being in a relationship where the man makes me cry. He purposely says things that's going to make me cry. I don't have a file for that. I can't even relate to that. And I know some women friends who had men like this in their lives that triggered them to be furious or to start crying, breaking down. And you understand that is a control method too, to just strip you of all your esteem and self-worth till you're just wailing like a baby, begging for his approval, looking for some kind of validation from the man that you chose, by the way, that you chose. So I'm just sitting here saying, as soon as somebody's trying to make you cry or he made you cry, first of all, ladies, don't you ever give somebody that type of power. Do you understand me? Don't you ever give any man that type of power to switch the emotional light off and on. Cry, don't cry. Cry, don't cry. Cry. Ain't no man never had that type of power over me, ever. I can't relate to this.
It's like poor emotional control. It took a lot to not just like blow up all the time. And it was so hard to
You should have left, idiot. You should have left the relationship. You said, oh, I didn't sign up for this. This man sounds like a narcissist. This is what you call emotional abuse, by the way. I want you to see what this is about. But she's allowing it to happen. She's staying in it.
Step back and be like, okay, that's like, he's just going through a weird phase. That's not the person who he is. It just...
Why, yes it is!
You are coping and seething.
What? He was
Just
always
can't
that
accept
way.
what you're seeing. Yes, you're coping and seething. The truth it is scalding, and now you are molding and coping.
Oh my God.
Coping so hard.
Oh my goodness, girl. How could you say this? They were always that way. You, with your rose-colored glasses, refuse to see it. You, with your fantasies, refuse to see it. It was always the same thing with guys. The same thing, guys, you think these women who do these things to you, they just, all of a sudden, they just did a 180, they changed? No, it was always there. It's just that when you guys get caught up in the neophyte stage of a relationship, you just got your blinders on. Like, I don't see nothing. It's always there, though. It always have been there. So, no, I don't believe in this 180. The only time, and I'm going to look at my chat if anybody else can think of something. The only time I have ever seen anyone do a 180 is when they have indulged in drugs or something physically or sexually tragic happened to them personally. Not they witness it, but something happened. That's the only time I've seen people do a 180 because of that trauma they had just recently experienced. Okay? Yeah, you do a 180 then. Or drugs. Yeah, you do a 180 too. Other than that, you always been that way. You always been that way. I don't see no other reason for anybody to do a 180. You just saw what you want to see. You just saw what you wanted to see. You just imprinted your fantasies onto this guy. So, yeah. And also, what did I say? Hold on. Let me rewind this a little bit. Also, ladies, what did I tell you when you meet men? Stop telling them what you're looking for. They will be that image, and they will pretend to be that image. And they will put on the actor. They will sit up here. If you sit up here and say, I want a church-going man who loves the Lord, who fears Jesus, who will love me and won't cheat on me. Oh, that's me, honey. I go to church and praise the Lord. And that fool will quote you scriptures. He'll sit up here and listen to gospel music in his car. He'll tell you, I'm going to pray for you before you go to bed. And little by little, he'll sit up here and say, I know I'm not supposed to think about this, but the devil was working on me today. I kept thinking about how I had you in the bed and you were moaning my name. And I'm sorry, I prayed for it, but gosh, I would love to I just love for us to have heaven together. And he'll slowly just bore you into getting into the bed. How you think these preachers do it, honey? How y'all think these preachers work? It goes from reading the scripture to like, Reverend Jackson. Oh my goodness. Oh, Lord. Yes. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, it works that way. You know what I'm saying? Be hallelujah in the daggone sheets, saying Jesus' names in all kind of blasphemous ways. So I just sit here saying, like, what are you talking about?
Just going through a weird phase. That's not the person who he is. It just kept progressing, and no matter...
Because the mask kept coming off. And then he just took it all off and said, ta-da, this is what I've always been. But I already got the pujana. The pujana. I got it. I got your vajayjay. I got your heart. I got your mind too. So I done got what I want now. I'm in the clear. I'm in the winning seat. I look, you in the L seat. I'm in the W seat. I don't have to put up with these pretenses no more. Okay? I can just be who I am. And then she go, you changed. No. You told him the role he needs to play in order to get you to do what he wants. You gave him the cheat code to how to get in between your legs. This is why I tell you, ladies, y'all need to make up stuff when you meet men. Don't tell him what you're really looking for. Keep that to yourself. He doesn't need to know so that he can actually know what kind of role to play. Because imagine, he takes the pen and he goes, okay, so what you looking for? Okay, loyal, church-going, Christian, okay, I can make that work, okay. Someone who is open to my feelings. Okay, you want me to listen to your problems. Okay, all right. Someone who is loyal. Okay, I can pretend to be loyal. Okay, all right, I can put up with that. And you done gave him the entire list of the role he needs to play. He got the script right now. He got the script to deal with you, and now he got the cheat codes to how to get in between your legs, and you just gave it to him. And then all of a sudden, once he got it, next thing you know, you in the car telling us, he just did a 180. I don't understand this. I thought we were in love, and next thing you know, he just out drinking with his friends, and he doesn't come over anymore. He stopped going to Bible classes and telling me he gonna pray for me. Idiot.
How much I tried to improve myself and just give him what he was asking for.
So you were improving yourself for him, not yourself. So this, again, low self-esteem. Low self-esteem. You were giving him what he was asking for. What about you? Why weren't you changing for yourself? And women and men, this goes for both of you all. If you change who you truly are for another person, you are weak. Now, I can see if you're changing for the better. So say, for instance, you were bad with money and you got with this person and they made you more efficient with money, more clever with money. You are more intelligent with money management. Yeah, you went to the better. Okay. But if you change to accommodate another person, then you're just a false idol of yourself. You're just basically, you're a poser. That's what you are. So I'm just saying, like, what in the world? That in itself, you should never, I'm going to say this again, for men and women, listen to me. You should never change for someone else. You should always change for yourself. I'm not changing for you or anybody else. I'm changing for me. And usually that change is for the better. Usually it's an upgrade. I am a better person because of the change, not going backwards, not because I'm fitting the mold or the role of some other man. That's the change I should be. I should be able to look in the mirror and say, I like this change. This is a good change for me. So no, I'm not going to sit up here and change to something that you, for example, I'm a little tomboyish and stuff like that. I'm not going to change into a high society woman who's always wearing oh God, just saying this hurt my bones. Wearing a dress every day and heels. Making sure my hair is done and done looking good every day. Makeup every day. That's a hell for me. I could never, oh my God. But see, that's what I'm saying. If say for instance, somebody convinced me to change like that. Like what? Why would I do that to myself? I don't want to be that way. I like the way I am. So you're changing for somebody else's approval. So you're being outside of yourself. Know thyself though. You got to know what you are and who you are. Okay. There. What's up, Shay? We're going over the video right now. So you got to know what you are and who you are. Okay. So you don't allow anyone else to ask you to be something that you're not.
I felt like it just wasn't enough. I still don't understand what he was asking for, because these types of women that red pill podcast men talk shit about, like, I don't have a lot in common with.
Okay. Let's read this. This is not to say there is anything wrong with women who party and dress how they want, or that we don't have anything in common. Women aren't the issue. I don't know what the point of her saying that, but okay.
Like, I don't go out, I don't party, I don't dress really showy. I'm not a gold digger. Like, all I wanted was to just be loved by somebody.
Gotta love yourself. Stop looking. Do you understand why I give Nina a hard time about this love stuff? Because you got to sit up here and you're looking for someone to love you. The number one person you should that should love you is you. Honey, I love me so much. Can't none of y'all love me. My husband, my friends, my besties, none of them can love me more than I love me, baby. I loves me. And because I love me, I will attract people on that level. There's no way I'm going to sit up here and look for validations and love in other people. I should have it in myself first. And what did I tell you? When you have that big hole, missing in your heart. No one can feel it. No one, no amount of love anyone can give you is going to make you feel love. None. This is the reason why. And when I realized this, when Robin Williams passed away, because he took himself out, and I'm saying to myself, Robin, so many people loved you. So many people loved you. How could you do that to yourself? How could you do something so selfish? Because Robin didn't love himself. He had that emptiness. Jokes wouldn't fill it. Accolades couldn't fill it. Awards couldn't fill it. Money couldn't fill it. Women couldn't fill it. Nothing could fill it. No matter what he was given, no matter what it was that was bringing, no matter what he obtained, nothing could fill that in his heart of the lack of love he did not have for himself. The same thing with the taste. I hate these two idiots, but look at the taste. You understand that there was all these women, all this money, all these cars, all this luxury, all the fame, and he still is empty. It's still not enough. It's still not enough. And now them clowns about to go to jail. And you know what? I said when he's found guilty, he's going to do a minimum of 10 years. He's going to be broken before 10 years get out. Before 10 years, he's going to be broken because the very thing that he thought could supplement the emptiness that he had in his heart from his ancient daddy, okay, is going to be not there. You're not going to have your Bugattis and your Ferraris and your Lambos. You're not going to have all these beautiful women bringing you coffee and doing all this other stuff you want to do with them. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to come on the internet and tell everybody your newfound philosophy on Twitter. You're not going to be able to do any of these things anymore. And that's going to drive him insane. But anyway, so once again, stop looking for other people to love you if you don't love yourself.
I felt like I was being torn apart. Like I did this, but it wasn't enough. I don't know what to do. It just wasn't.
You leave. When you don't know what to do, you leave. That's what you do. You leave, you go to therapy.
Did this, but it wasn't enough. I don't know what to do. It just wasn't going to work for them because I was too American. And
here we go again. It wasn't going to work for them. She does this throughout the entire video, but she used the words boyfriend. So this is a little mental illness there too, because I'm too American. I didn't understand. So she's dealing with a passport bro too, I guess.
It just wasn't going to work for them because I was too American and I didn't understand. And the women overseas are better. And it just really broke my heart. It broke my heart so bad. And it got to the point where my family witnessed it firsthand, like what they were doing. And
there we go again, what they were doing.
That's when it ended. And I can't find closure because I'm like, what?
You can't find closure because you still call the idiot your boyfriend. Wait a minute. Hold on. She just admitted that it ended, but she said, I can't find closure, but you still refer to this idiot as your boyfriend. So who's the one who's not bringing it to a close? The first thing you could do to help bring it to closure is to refer to this idiot as your ex-boyfriend. You haven't talked to him in a month.
Happened to that person. I feel like I don't know who this person is. What happened to the person I felt safe with?
Cap, you ain't never felt safe with him.
Because who they became?
Once again, we go again. Who they became.
Sometimes I did not feel safe.
Yeah, you never felt safe. You never felt safe when he disagreed with you. You felt safe when he either nothing you or he agreed with you. It was confirmation bias. That's all that was.
And it just hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. And I can't wrap my head around it. I can't believe it. I feel like red pill men stole my future husband from me.
This is the part right here. I feel like red pill men stole my future husband from me. Girl, what? Girl, what? First of all, oh my God, the cope. Who said that the man was going to daggone marry you?
Boom,
What the world? Where did you get that from? What made you think he was going to marry you if you was looking for a wife? Who even mentioned anything about marriage? You're the only one talking about something he thought about my future. See what I'm saying about women? That women do this thing. You create stuff that's not even there. If I swear to God, I don't even know this clown, but if you was to go to this clown and say, did you ever think about marrying this girl? He was like, hell no. Where you get that from? Marriage? We just only been dating for 6 months. Where you get the marriage from? That's why I said she was lying from the start when she said I felt safe. He was compassionate. He was open-minded. He was caring and loving. Cap. No, you created that. You created all that illusion in yourself, but also with his help, because I'm sure you told him what type of role to play. So now he got the script. And now you done went from him being and you blaming. By the way, not a fan of the red pill. Don't even like the red pill. Okay. To hell with the red pill. But you are now blaming the red pill, not yourself, for a man that you thought would. First of all, he's not husband material, for number one. Two, where did the husband thing come from? He's not even a good boyfriend. Three, you got too much baggage and stuff to work on yourself to sit up here. And that's why you attracted that man in the first place. Ladies, it's always about your vibration. It's always about your vibrational level. When you are in the gutter, you will attract pigs. This woman has low self-esteem. This woman has low self-worth. This woman has low self-respect. And of course, she's going to attract this type of man to mirror that to her, to remind her of that, and to add more layers to her onion, her emotional trauma onion. And then all of a sudden, out of all of this, she's now like, well, he took my husband away. He took my husband. The red pill done turn your husband away. No, honey. You failed the test again. And you're going to keep failing and keep failing. You're going to keep attracting these type of gutter men until you, one, heal from your past trauma. Two, start learning to love yourself, have more self-respect that will come with esteem. Know that you could do better. Love yourself more. And you will not be on that low vibrational level that you will attract a loser like this guy. There's that. Sometimes it happens, ladies. I want you to understand. Sometimes it happens that you will attract a gutter man. Don't be hard on yourself. I want you to understand this, all right? I want you to understand it happens. When it does happen, you have to step back and go, uh-oh, where am I in my head? Where am I on the self-love scale? 1 being the lowest of the low, 10 being the absolute God tier high. Where am I between the scale of 1 and 10? Where am I falling on there? Why do I feel that way? Because then you understand why you are attracting certain men that way. And you can fix it when you acknowledge it. 1, by taking accountability. 2, by also looking at yourself and seeing where you are in your head. You got to understand this vibrational level, and you're being in certain people's radar. Okay?
Because I really, really thought this was the person.
This was the person for what? This was the person for what?
And that's when it ended. I did not feel safe. And it just hurts so bad. It hurts so bad. And I can't wrap my head around it. I can't believe it. I feel like red pill men stole my future husband from me because I
It makes me
really,
laugh every time.
really thought this was the person.
The person for what, though? The person for what?
And even after talking about this, I'm like physically shaking because it was just so bad.
You're physically shaking because you chose an idiot who mirrored back your insecurities, who mirrored back your low self-esteem and low self-worth, but most of all, who mirrored back your lack of respect and lack of self-love. That's what you're shaking for. So there's a lot of things to blame the red pill men for. This ain't one of them. It's all you, honey. It's all you.
Like at this point in my life, I don't want anybody.
Good. Some of y'all need to be alone for a while. But see, here's the deal. Here is the deal. You should be alone and recovering, not being alone playing the victim, and then letting all your experience transfer to hate. And this is when you become a feminist, or you become someone who just hate human beings, and then you get lost in veganism. That's the thing. You become a bad person when you go and separate yourself, which I support. And then wallow in your self-pity and your self-hatred. You want to blame everybody else, and you become better off. You become worse. You become bad. Instead of basically healing from this, licking your wounds, going through therapy, looking back and going through a self-analyzation, but you're going through it with somebody who's not afraid to tell you the truth. She says, I don't want to be with anybody if they're going to do that to me. You did it to yourself. You understand? You did it to yourself.
I don't want to be with anybody if they're going to do that to me, if they could just treat me that way.
You teach people how to treat you. You teach people how to treat you. Ain't nobody gonna treat me that way. I would never tolerate that. But I love myself more than you ever will love yourself. I don't look for outsiders to fill a hole in my heart. I feel that many decades ago, honey. You can't even top that, honey. You allowed them to treat you that way, and you didn't nip it in the bud immediately. That's one thing people can't sit up here and say about me. They can't sit up here and say I don't nip stuff in the bud. No one can ever say that in real life or online. They cannot say tree let stuff build up. Nope, not me. I see something, I immediately go after it if I don't like it. Kind of one of the things some people love about me and some people hate about me, because I don't keep my mouth shut. So that's the end of that. So it's like she right here, if they could do that, if they could treat me that way. But you treat yourself that way. You allow people to treat yourself that way. And this is what I want women to understand. Okay? Stop looking for a savior to save you from yourself. And I know guys love to save you. I could save her. No, you got to sit up here and realize you are your savior. You are the one who can rebuild you, heal you. You are the one who can fill the void and make you a better person. That will not be in the radar of any red pill man. But let's say, for instance, one day you just had a bad day and you just wasn't feeling good about yourself. Something happened and you didn't feel good, and it happens to everybody, okay? And you just happen to be in the red pill's radar, and all of a sudden, while y'all going out, you find out he's a red piller or whatever, and you go, oh, first thing you need to do, get out of the situation. Be like, yeah, I'm going to call you, and don't call him. Just ghost. Just leave. You know what I'm saying? And then start analyzing yourself like, whoa, where am I in my head that I attracted a POS like that? And then go from there.